23 Toyota Corolla Cross, courtesy of Younger Toyota in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on their inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. And so today we're in the brand new Corolla Cross because, of course, Toyota is known for legendary reliability, and this is no exception. But you also get 2 years or 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance as well, so that's going to save you a bit of money there. All-wheel drive availability as well. We do have an all-wheel drive configuration on this particular Corolla Cross here today. Also, there are some big changes for the 2023 model year to go along with all that. So ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one, from acceleration to braking, steering feel, ride quality, sound system, exhaust clip, all that fun stuff. So having said all of that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. So there will be a few different trim levels for the 2023 Corolla Cross. First one being the L, starting at $23,060. Then you have the LE for $25,390. And lastly, the XLE, which is the trim level we have today, starting at $27,165. So that was all pricing for the front wheel drive configuration. If you wanted to add all-wheel drive like we have today, simply add $1,300 then to any of those prices. But regardless of trim level that you go with, the power plant is going to be the same. Powering the little beast is a 2-liter naturally aspirated inline 4-cylinder, putting out 169 horsepower at 6,600 RPM, 151 pound-feet of torque coming in at 4,400 RPM. Power sent to the front wheels or all wheels through a CVT, aka continuously variable transmission. 0 to 60 time coming in at approximately 9.3 seconds. So we'll do that acceleration test here in a little bit. But MPG numbers are going to come in at 31 in the city, 33 highway for the front wheel drive, 29 in the city, 32 then on the highway for the all-wheel drive, taking regular unleaded fuel. And so now that we got all of that out of the way, like I said, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and find that straight away. Let's put the Corolla Cross here to the test, and let's see how quickly we can get our 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross here up to speed. All right, here we go. Yo, baby. Just noticed I like the gauges. It's plenty. Actually, it's not bad. I mean, it's not the quickest thing in the world, but it's certainly quicker than I thought it was going to be honest. So, shouldn't have any issues emerging onto the highway. Honestly, I don't mind that. If you want a really slow car, that would be a Mitsubishi Mirage, but this thing is not bad, honestly, so I don't mind that acceleration. But anyways, to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. So up front, you will find 12-inch ventilated front discs. In the back, 11.1-inch solid rear discs. As far as the 6 easier stopping distance goes, it comes in at 120 feet. That's insanely impressive for an SUV, where SUVs typically you find in 130s almost every single time, sometimes the upper 120s. So 120 feet, that's almost sports sedan good. Sports sedan good is like lower 110s, but 120 feet, that's plenty fine. As far as braking feel goes, definitely on the firm side of things, so I like that. I like the braking feel in the Corolla Cross. It's not a soft braking feel whatsoever, so instantly brings you to a stop. Well done, Toyota. But anyways, then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get an independent McPherson strut front suspension. In the back, it's going to differ dependent upon which configuration that you go with. So you're going to get a torsion beam rear suspension for the front wheel drive, but if you were to go with the all-wheel drive configuration, that is going to give you an independent multi-link rear suspension. Therefore, you are going to get a smoother ride as well as a little bit better handling with the all-wheel drive configuration because it has that independent rear suspension. But you also get a front stabilizer bar coming standard, and yet again, only if you go with the all-wheel drive will you get a rear stabilizer bar as well. So again, better handling because of that as well. So as far as ride quality goes, it's actually been not too bad in my short low test drive here today. So I don't mind it. Hagerstown roads are pretty smooth, so I will say that, but ride quality has been perfectly fine so far. As far as steering feel goes, it tends to lean on the looser side of things, but that is to be expected. It's an SUV, and it's kind of an SUV based on the Corolla, so Corolla also has a very loose steering feel, so it is a looser steering feel, I will say that. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because it's not. It's just that I prefer a heavier steering feel personally, so that's me. I know my wife loves the looser steering feel, so anyways, to each their own. As far as cabin noise goes, we're going 57 miles per hour right now. There is a little bit of road noise when you hit the worser spots in the road, so you do get a little bit of road noise with this thing, but the wind noise is actually pretty well at bay, so I don't mind the cabin noise. Again, just a little bit of road noise there. As far as rear visibility goes, it's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad. It's not as good as like a RAV4 would be, but it's not horrible. So I have no issues with the rear visibility there. But That about rounds out the performance segment of this review, guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross. All right, you guys, here she is, the new 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross, finished in jet black, in case you were curious of our exterior color name. But as always, let's go ahead and start where this one is made. Final assembly point is actually in Alabama, so made in the USA, which is interesting because the Corollas are still made in Japan, but the Corolla Cross is made in the US. So fun fact for you. But anyways, as always, let's go ahead and start up front. Black front grille is going to come on the L and LE trim levels, but you will get a metallic paint surround for the XLE. So that is currently what you guys are looking at, just surrounding that front grille there. So looks pretty dang good. I like it with the black exterior especially. To the sides, full LED projector style headlights do come standard. That is the best lighting you can get. So LEDs are the best, better than halogens, of course, and you still do get halogens on a lot of cars these days, but then projector so much better than reflector. So excellent headlights for excellent illumination at night. So I do like that. And by the way, that comes standard on all trim levels, so even the L. So love that. But anyways, LED daytime running lights coming standard for all trim levels as well. You do get the auto off feature for the L trim level, but if you wanted the auto on and off feature, so full automatic headlights, that comes on the LE and XLE. So you are not going to get that one on the L trim level. But did want to mention though, what you do get, automatic high beams on every single trim level across the board. So when you have your high beams on at night, in the sense of the vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically dim them back to low beams. Then when that vehicle is gone, it's going to automatically then bounce it back up to high beams. So definitely a big fan of that. And if you were to go with that XLE that we have today, one of my favorite parts about the front end, you do get LED fog lights. You guys can see that on the bottom portion of that front fascia there. So they look dang good as well. So I do love the look of the front end, especially in black on this one and our XLE trim. So very nice looking front end. But anyways, now let's go ahead and make our way to the side of this one. All right, so now since we are around to the side of the Corolla Cross, black roof rails will come standard on the LE and XLE trim levels. Rear privacy glass, same thing, LE and XLE trim levels. You got kind of a floating roof line towards the back, kind of finished in silver. And let me actually get up a little bit closer to you, for you guys here, because I want to show you something. That silver part, it actually has Corolla Cross etched into it. That is such a nice touch. And fun fact for you, you also get Corolla Cross etched into the rear taillights here. See if that can come out for you guys. Hopefully you can see that, but Corolla Cross on the taillights as well as on the silver portion of this floating roof line in the back. So huge fan of the attention to detail. Well done yet again, Toyota. But anyways, taking a look at the side mirrors, they are black power adjustable side mirrors for the L trim level. Body colored power adjustable side mirrors then for the LE and XLE trim levels. They will also be heated for those two, and LED integrated turn signals will come standard on the LE and XLE trims as well. Then take a look at the wheel setup. 17-inch steel wheels with covers for the L, 17-inch aluminum alloys for the LE, and then 18-inch aluminum alloys, what you guys are currently looking at right now, for the XLE. And I love the design to it. It has a funky little wave on the spokes, so definitely a big fan of the wheel setup here. But anyways, again, that rounds out the side profile. Let's now go ahead and make our way to the back. All right, so but now since we are around to the back of the Corolla Cross, all the way to the top, body colored shark fin antenna. Just below that, rear spoiler. You do have a rear window wiper affixated to the rear glass as well. You do have some trim level badging. So if you wander onto a lot on a Sunday, maybe go ahead and take a look at the back of the Corolla Cross. It's going to let you know if it has all-wheel drive as well as what the trim level is. So a little fun fact for you there. LED taillights though do come standard for the XLE trim level only. So the L and LE are going to get the halogens in the back, but I do love these LED taillights that I'm looking at right now. It looks pretty dang good. Kind of has some body colored accenting found towards the bottom there. Of course, it's in black, so you might not be able to tell as much because it's surrounded in the matte black. But anyways, like that look as well. And there is a single exhaust outlet tucked away kind of on the passenger side down below there. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next is always here is that exhaust clip. Alright, so but now since we are around still to the back of the Corolla Cross here, when it comes to opening that rear tailgate, it is a manual tailgate unless you go with the convenience package, which is going to give you a power moonroof that we have today and a couple other things. But that particular package is going to give you a power tailgate. So simply press the button on the key fob or just press the button on the tailgate itself. It is going to automatically then open up for you. But anyways, once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 26.5 cubic feet. Of course, there is a 60-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down for quite a bit of extra space then if you needed it. But there's a lot going on in the cargo area of the Corolla Cross, and I say that because there's LED cargo lighting. A lot of times you'll find halogens in the cargo area, so I do like that. You will get a cargo cover for the XLE trim level. It's going to be optional on the LE, so we do have that as well. There are also a couple grocery bag hooks. I was surprised to see that. There's some chrome plated tie down anchors. If you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you're going to find a spare tire, and there's actually some indented storage on both corners in the cargo area as well, where you could probably put like an ice scraper or something like that. So quite a bit going on, like I said, in the cargo area. So definitely a big fan of how that worked out. So then making our way up to the rear legroom, that is going to come in at an even 32 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in those rear seats there. Rear ventilation is going to come standard on all trim levels across the board. You will get rear USB-C charging ports for the LE and XLE trim levels, so not on the L, unfortunately. But there is also a rear center armrest that is going to come only on the XLE trim level that we have today, and that actually has a couple cup holders within it as well, so that's pretty cool. But then making our way up to the front seats, manually adjustable cloth seating for the L and LE trims. XLE trim level is going to add to that 10-way power driver's seat with powered lumbar, heated front seats then, and Softex upholstery. So that is what we are currently have with us here today. So otherwise you're going to get the cloth seats, like I said. But overall, as far as seat comfort goes, it was plenty fine. And again, because we have those power adjustable front seats, because we have the power lumbar support, definitely not going to have any issues taking this thing on a long road trip. So seats are plenty fine without a doubt. But then take a look at the steering wheel. It is tilt and telescoping. It is wrapped in urethane for the L trim level, but then leather wrapped for the LE and XLE trim levels like we have today. So I did like that. Then make our way to the startup. Let me show you guys the key here. You got a Toyota's new key, essentially. You got a Toyota logo all the way to the bottom. Lock, unlock, and again, that button to pop the power rear tailgate there. But it is all keyless entry with a push button start if you go with the LE or XLE trim level. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button, kind of located just by the driver's right knee. And so once started up, you're going to find two different gauge clusters. And so the first one is going to belong to the L and LE trims. It's going to be a 4.2-inch digital display screen essentially, but the XLE trim level is going to give you a 7-inch full digital gauge cluster, engine temp all the way to your left, fuel information on your right. And again, digital screen can be adjusted by using the steering wheel mounted controls found on the left side of the steering wheel. And that is going to tell you your average miles per gallon at any given time, how many miles you have left until you hit empty, outside temperature as well. So pretty much everything you could possibly want on the digital gauges there. And I like that it's fully digital, so definitely a cool look to it. But let's go ahead and touch on overall interior quality. Let me start with my favorite part. Power moonroof is going to be a $940 option for the LE and XLE trims, or you can get it with the convenience package that we have today, which I think is right around $2,100. And like I said, that comes with a bunch of stuff, but I like that. Auto dimming rear view mirror is going to come with the XLE trim level only. We have that, so if somebody's got their high beams on behind you, that's definitely going to help. Ambient lighting coming with the XLE trim level as well. Wireless phone charger for the LE and XLE trims is going to be found just in front of the shifter there. Automatic climate control is going to come on the LE trim level, but then dual zone climate control coming on the XLE trim level, so both driver and passenger can set their own temperatures there. Just behind the shifter, you have an electromechanical parking brake. You have a couple cup holders, and within the center armrest you actually have a 12-volt power outlet and a USB charging port within there. And overall interior quality isn't bad. I mean, it does kind of feel like a Toyota Corolla, just a more upscale one, I guess, because we have the XLE trim. But I don't mind the interior quality. You do have some plastic door handles, some plastic accents on the doors as well, but I do like all the gloss black accents surrounding the shifter. I like the silver trim above the passenger side glove box. You got this two-toned color theme with the dark and the light interior as well. I'm a big fan of that. So personally, I don't mind the interior quality. I think it's pretty good for the price range. I'll just put it that way. But now let's go ahead and make our way to the tech. And so this is probably the main change for the 2023 Toyota Corolla Cross is you now have Toyota's next generation infotainment software. Again, new for 2023, which is an 8-inch color touchscreen display coming standard for all trim levels across the board. Includes Bluetooth and audio streaming, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So not just wireless Apple CarPlay, but also wireless Android Auto. as well. A lot of manufacturers have been leaving out wireless Android Auto for whatever reason. So I like that it comes on the Corolla Cross here. You can check out your driving statistics up there as well if you wanted to. Everything worked pretty darn quickly as well, so there wasn't really a delay whatsoever with this thing. So I was a big fan of that. And of course, you can check out your radio informations up there as well. And so this is where it gets fun. So 6 speakers does come standard at all trim levels across the board, which shouldn't be that bad for the Corolla Cross considering the size of it, but there is an optional 9-speaker JBL sound system that is available for approximately $800 for the LE and XLE trim levels. And you guys may have seen it, but that added that massive subwoofer found in the cargo area as well. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. That's a really good sound system, quite honestly, for the Corolla Cross. Definitely overkill for the Corolla Cross, which I personally love. I actually had a JBL subwoofer in my first car back in the day. It was an external one, and I thought it was very cool. But that was an incredible sound system for the Corolla Cross, honestly. Ton of bass. You can definitely tell there's a subwoofer hanging out in the cargo area. Plenty of clarity. That was a great sound system. I'm just going to put it that way. But anyways, last thing I want to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen is when you do put the Corolla Cross in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard for all trim levels across the board, taking up the entire screen as well, which isn't always the case, but it's always that is going to lead us into safety. And so first, let me start with the best part, IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the very highest designation given by IIHS. So that pretty much says it all right there. Front side curtain airbags do come standard. You get a driver's knee airbag as well as rear side impact airbags, which a lot of times is like a $300 to $600 option on BMW and Mercedes, things like that. So they come standard on the Corolla Cross, and actually as well as the Corolla, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool. In the back, also latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also new for 2023, Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. And so that's going to include pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure alert with steering assist, lane tracing assist, dynamic radar cruise control, road sign assist, and then the LE and XLE trims that is going to add to that, blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, and safe exit assist then as well. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts here of the Corolla Cross, I love that JBL sound system. I'm just going to start by saying that. Excellent safety as well. You can't get better than an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. I love that. Good starting price point as well. You got wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. That's still rare. I would say 90% of vehicles out there that I review do not have the wireless Android Auto. A lot of them have the Apple CarPlay, but not the wireless Android Auto. So that's pretty cool. As far as room for improvement goes, I would just say really one thing. It's kind of slow, but I would think that's fine, just because the trade-off would probably be adding a turbocharger to this thing, which would hinder the reliability. So I would rather have a slightly slower vehicle, but have it be reliable, that Toyota is known for, than have them turbocharge it, have more issues with that, have it a little bit faster, but then not as reliable. So I'm choosing the slower Corolla Cross over a turbocharged counterpart any day. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of the Corolla Cross in the comments section below. And that is